The Philadelphia Eagles have had a tremendous offseason, but are they entirely done? Is there anywhere else that they could add depth to this team? Today, we will react to an article that actually proposes a signing for the Birds in a position that you may not expect, a player that you may not think of. So we will talk about all of it. Welcome in. This is A to Z Philly. Do us a favor, hit the like button if you enjoy the show, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. So I came across an article and they proposed the Eagles signing Dalvin Cook, former New York Jet, former Baltimore Raven, even though he didn't really play. And obviously everybody knows him as a Minnesota Viking, a former second-round pick who ended up being a four-time Pro Bowler. He is 28 years old, will be 29 next season, but does he have anything left in the tank? More importantly, would it make sense for the Philadelphia Eagles? I think first and foremost, it's important to say you can't give this guy, any long-term deal or any guaranteed deal, right? He's dealt with a lot of injuries. So it'd be more of like a tryout, maybe camp type of deal. Bring him in as another body, increase competition. Hey, maybe he can maximize his role and be one of those secondary backs who, could give you a couple nice punches up the gut when needed, bring that veteran experience and leadership. But overall, he's not going to be a primary back. I don't think he has that left in his game. And I know he went to New York after pretty much saying, get me out of here in Minnesota. And he didn't really get much carries at all. So it almost feels like his career is getting to that point where it's like, all right, Dalvin, if you don't have anything left this year, I don't know if you're going to have a job moving forward. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're going to have a job this year. One player who is still available and could make sense for the Eagles is former Viking and Jets running back Dalvin Cook. He is ranked as the 34th best free agent remaining by NFL trade rumors and could add some intriguing depth behind Saquon Barkley with upside. He did not get much of a chance with the Jets last season, but he had just under 1,200 rushing yards with the Vikings back in 2022. He has had injury problems himself, but would form a fearsome duo with Saquon Barkley if signed. Both players are strong rushers who can also catch, so they would be an important layer to an already seemingly improved Eagles offense. So let's go ahead and look at the stats, right? Because I think that is an important component. Not only was this guy, averaging 1,100 yards for 4 straight years, he had 1,500 at his peak back in 2020, had 16 touchdowns that year. He was one of the best in the league, but he also was able to catch out of the backfield. And you look at his numbers, 2019, 519 yards in the air, 361 the next year out of the backfield, 224, 295. So this guy is a multi-layered player that can bring in that dynamic to an offense. But the question is, again, is he healthy enough, or is it kind of past his time? Because obviously running backs have these very short shelf lives. And if, he can't stay healthy, what's the point of bringing him in, right? You have Kenny Gainwell, who's more of like on a prove-it year and does similar things to Dalvin Cook, but obviously Dalvin Cook has a way better track record and can catch out of the backfield. And then you have a guy like Will Shipley, who you brought in the draft, and maybe you can develop him moving forward, etc. Saquon Barkley's already said a lot of good things when it comes to Will Shipley. So I think really the main question you have to ask yourself is, where do you feel you're at as a running back room? I have a lot of confidence in Saquon Barkley, and obviously we hope he doesn't go down or anything like that this season. But could Dalvin Cook be a pretty good backup? Do you think the Eagles should take a gamble on a running back? Like I said, I don't think it's near the top of the priority list, but if he goes unsigned and you get to training camp next month and he's available, does it really hurt? I don't think the answer is yes. Like, I think bringing him in at least for like a tryout to see if he has anything left in the tank would be fine. And if it doesn't work, okay, you say goodbye and you go your parting ways. So that's kind of where I'm at with Dalvin Cook. Like I said, 4 straight years he went above 1,100 yards, and that should not go unrecognized. Unfortunately, running backs are a dime a dozen nowadays, and people don't really care, right? You can find a guy in the 5th round or in the 6th round who could probably give you pretty good production, and obviously the Eagles have a weapon in Saquon Barkley now, but if they want to try to make their offense a little more dynamic and maybe just pick up another guy who could be good for this offense, maybe Dalvin Cook is the answer. So what do we think about that Eagle Nation, the tandem of Saquon Barkley and Dalvin Cook in the Eagles backfield? Give me your thoughts down below, and we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. We'll see how he does. Nonetheless, he's had a wonderful offseason thus far. and the Philadelphia Eagles are well on their way. They need to bounce back early. By the way, they need to run the damn ball, and they better do it a whole hell of a lot more with Saquon Barkley taking all the touches now. You know, there's no reason to go out there and pay the guy $13 million per year and not actually run the ball for once. So the Eagles have a very dynamic offense. Saquon's going to make a great impact. Maybe they go and pick up another vet. Give me your thoughts down below. Also, real quick, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor of today's video. It is the great BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using our code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlays, live bets, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So go ahead and find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you do not win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions.